New information tonight on the deputy who was shot and killed by a patient at St. Cloud Hospital. Thank you for joining us tonight. Former MSUM Sports Information Director Larry Scott tells Valley News Live the deputy, Steven Sandberg, was a former MSU Moorhead football player in the 1970s. Police say the patient grabbed a gun from Sandberg, shot multiple times, and killed him. Hospital security officers then subdued the man with a taser, and he died soon after. He was wanted on 11 violent charges. Heidi Wigdahl has more details.
It's a trip no officer ever wants to take. Law enforcement agencies from across Minnesota lined up to pay their respects to Aitkin County Deputy Steven Sandberg.
As you can imagine, it's been just a whirlwind of events of this very tragic situation.
Sunday around 5:17 a.m., a shooting was reported at St. Cloud Hospital. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension says 50-year-old Danny Hammond of rural Aitkin was staying on the 5th floor, a medical unit. Investigators say he was a suspect in a recent domestic-related incident in Aitkin County. They won't say why he was at the hospital or how long he had been there.
We had made the request to the Aitkin Sheriff's Department that we would like to have them staff someone to monitor the patient while he was in our facility.
The BCA says Hammond got into an altercation with Deputy Sandberg, grabbing the 60-year-old's gun. Several shots were fired. Security officers at the hospital were able to tase Hammond. He later died. The entire incident was confined to his hospital room. When asked if Hammond was restrained, the BCA said,
"He was not handcuffed, and the restraints are all part of the active investigation. We'll be looking into exactly the events that transpired prior to the shooting."
Sandberg had been a deputy with Aitkin County since 1991.
I would hope that everyone would keep Investigator Sandberg, his wife and daughter, in their thoughts and prayers in the coming days.
Both Sandberg and Hammond were taken to the Ramsey County Medical Examiner's office. A woman who was at the hospital at the time of the shooting says she heard over the speaker emergency shutdown procedure, but it lasted less than 5 minutes. Police are looking for 2 men after the 3rd armed robbery in less than a month in Grand Forks. The police department there says around 10:50 last night, 2 masked men entered Qdoba restaurant, displayed a firearm, stole an undisclosed amount of money, and left in a dark-colored car. The suspects are described as African Americans wearing black ski masks and dark clothing. No one was injured, and if you have any information, call Grand Forks Police.
I'm sad he's gone.
Neighbors and friends mourn the loss of a Moorhead man in the Mobile Manor Trailer Court. Moorhead police are still investigating what they're calling an unattended death at a home that sits along 15th Avenue North. Valley News Team's Christine Stanwood was at the scene this afternoon and has the details.
He was a good guy. I mean, he was like me, outdoors. I mean, we loved the fish and the sports and everything.
Memories remembered for a Moorhead man in his 40s who neighbors say was a good man. It happened just before noon at Mobile Manor Trailer Court on 15th Avenue North. Police first received a call from the owner of the trailer, which the man was found dead. However, the man was working on remodeling work and did not live there.
He had the rights to the trailer and was expecting to work on the trailer today with this individual that discovered him dead.
When police arrived, they found the man dead inside. Police say there was a considerable amount of blood inside the home. They are waiting to release the name of the man and are still unsure if the nature of the death is criminal, self-inflicted, or health-related.
The investigators are taking a very cautionary approach, looking at it as let's make sure that we approach this investigation complete and thorough. There isn't some obvious signs of any direction of this cause of death. So we need to learn as much as we can and proceed slowly.
Police will not say if a weapon has been found in the investigation. In Moorhead, Christine Stanwood, Valley News Live.
Lieutenant Jacobson says that they expect more information tomorrow, and the BCA will be assisting at the scene. And you can follow the latest updates on this and other news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and that's where you can stay informed throughout the whole day. Authorities on scene called it miraculous. A teenager walked away with just scrapes and bruises after being thrown from his car in a rollover. Two teenagers inside the car were driving on 12th Avenue South, which is a gravel road near Glendon, when the 16-year-old driver lost control. The car rolled multiple times into a field and the driver was thrown 30 feet away. Both teenagers walked away with minor injuries and did not have to go to the hospital. The driver was going the speed limit, but both were not wearing seatbelts. A scene stopped drivers as police responded to a rollover on Main Avenue just east of University Drive around 2 this morning. Police say there were no arrests and alcohol did not play a factor in the accident. No one was injured or taken to the hospital. A Bismarck man was charged with DUI after he was thrown from a car when it rolled. 27-year-old Jay Lavallee was thrown from his vehicle after rolling in a ditch about 1.5 miles northeast of Dunseth, North Dakota. A little after 9:30 last night. He was taken to a nearby hospital, but then airlifted to Sanford and Bismarck. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says that he was not wearing a seatbelt and was driving with a suspended license. The Fargo Police Department wants to remind you to lock your vehicles and to not keep a spare set of keys inside. This after 2 vehicles in the Brunsdale neighborhood were stolen with extra keys left in the vehicle overnight. A reminder that voting opens tomorrow on the new UND nickname. Beginning at 8 a.m. starting tomorrow, alumni, donors, season ticket holders, staff, and students will all be able to vote online. The vote will be open until midnight Friday, and results are expected the last week of October. The list of options include the Fighting Hawks, Nodaks, North Stars, Rough Riders, or Sundogs. If none of the 5 potential nicknames receives more than 50% of the vote, another vote will take place between the 2 top vote getters.